Good morning. Hey, y'all.
Hi to hello.
Coming straight from the RV this morning at jail north. No,
It's okay. Because I have a backup plan, unless you've thrown them away.
no, Lester, I asked you specifically. Oh,
I have a backup. You're going to be good.
I'm fine with butter. There's butter here. So if you need this cup, it's fine. It'll be fine. We're drinking out of Christmas coffee cups this morning. It feels like it's about to become Christmas again, not in a celebratory way, but in a cold way. We have very strange weather happening. We were cooler this week, cold, quite frankly. And yesterday, our high happened at midnight, like this morning, midnight. So we were colder yesterday in the middle of the day than we were at midnight last night. And today it's supposed to get up to like 70, which is lovely, except for it's tornadic. And tonight we'll be in the 30s. And the rest of this week we're hitting our second Arctic blast. And well, we're bracing for it basically and celebrating with Christmas cups. Uh-oh, what happened?
I forgot my Mr. Rogers hat.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor.
A lot of people know that sometimes when I start my life, I'll be where my cap from outdoors. And when I sit down inside, I always flip my caps over.
Would you be mine?
That's just kind of a Lester thing.
Won't you be my neighbor? Is that too? Do you want me to raise that up for you?
I'm gonna get a turtleneck if I don't, but I can do it from right where I'm at.
I got it.
And then the second thing that I always do is I have to. There you go. That'll work. I'll be fine with that. And if you'll hand me that green working hands over there.
This?
This is my routine. We're at the RV, the jail motel, and this is my routine. I was actually gifted these, and they're amazing for your hands. Try a little bit of that. And if you're a working man like me, or if you work like you,
I'm like, oh, when I work.
these are great. And then I was gifted 2 of these, which is really, really neat. I appreciate this sweet gift.
Why are you putting it on your face? It's for you.
No, I don't think so. So
it's gonna clog your pores.
Listen, it makes my skin feel good on my neck. I don't put it on my face, but I do put it on my neck. And thank you to the kind sender of that. I leave it here on the table because this is where I said a lot. You don't know about this, but you know that I go live.
I do know about this. You act like I'm not part of your life. I'm part of your life. I know that you go live, stay right here, and then you go out and visit the animals. Like, I'm conscious of your routine.
You're stalking me. You're stalking me from the other property.
Sometimes I watch
coffee
videos,
clinks,
weirdo.
Coffee clinks. No, you do not watch my videos.
Sometimes, because then I know when you're coming home.
Coffee clinks to you all too.
It's so hot.
So we do not have ourselves a laptop over here. So instead, we're having to go from Jamie's phone, we're using StreamYard. But the only problem with StreamYard is there's 3 things. It sounds like I've been drinking.
Not with my phone.
Or it sounds like I have no teeth and they're like my teeth are out.
He's not slurring on my phone, is he? Y'all tell him he's not slurring.
It sounds like I've had myself a stroke. Everyone has always told me that when I use StreamYard from the phone. So I try so hard never to go StreamYard. StreamYard, if you don't know, someone says you sound fine.
I'm telling you, my phone does not say that you have a slur. It's your phone that does it to you. It's like your own worst enemy.
Get it. I don't get it for nothing. But no, StreamYard is an app that we use that we're able to pull the pages all into one.
Someone just called you Lesty. You're fine, Lesty. I've never heard anyone call you that before.
Been called a lot worse than Lesty. Thank y'all. Thank you for saying sweet things.
This lady says, I had a stroke, you're fine. I don't know if she said that to be funny, but that was
We understand each other is what she's saying. Stroke folks understand each other.
It's all good. It's all good.
Did you, funny story. I don't know if you just.
I'm sorry, I just missed your final story about your working hands. You were going to say something about it.
No. I think that you'll like it. It was a gift, and I think that you will like it.
But you just have the one, so just one for here.
No, I have two here. I have one here. And I have one in the bedroom by the bed. But
what? I meant, did you have one for the jail cell? Why is it in your bedroom?
I put it on my neck. It feels good. My neck, especially when I shave, it gets kind of like itchy, and so I feel like even though this is probably not made for face and neck, also the weather. The weather makes my skin very dry this time of year. You can see it in my cheeks. I know you can't feel it, but you can feel it in my neck. I think it has to do with the cooler temperatures, maybe less humidity or something, and I can get really itchy. My back gets itchy, and so
his back gets itchy. So you put working hands on the wall and then you rub your wall. Like, I have a lot of questions, obviously.
I don't rub it all over me like that. I don't like wallow around in it, but it doesn't matter, Jamie. It was a gift. It was a gift, and I appreciate it. I was just letting you have some of my gift.
Oh, thank you for sharing your gift.
Last night we did celebrate Valentine's Day. It felt weird. Everything feels weird trying to get your life back to normal.
Very weird.
But I had bought, this is a traditional thing for us. For Valentine's Day every year, I like to take Jamie to a comedy show. Now, to be honest, I like the comedy shows. I think that I enjoy them more than Jamie does. But that is my Valentine's Day outing for her. We go eat dinner at my favorite restaurant. I'm just realizing I'm quite the jerk. We go eat at my favorite restaurant and we go do what I want to do on your Valentine's Day. I just realized that I'm quite the jerk, aren't I?
It was a good meal. I laughed.
I just realized that's kind of jerkish of me. But I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I do better on your birthday when it's all about you.
No, it was nice to have a change of pace yesterday. I'll be honest, I didn't want to go. It is really hard to transition out of this week and like kind of look to what's next because I've been so consumed and buried and grieving as well. And you kind of step outside and realize, like, I don't mean this in a funny way. The show must go on, and I don't mean the show. I mean, like, life has to keep going because there's still all of the other animals who need taking care of.
Yeah, we're still pampering, to Ivy and trying to get her back to full health, and she's doing much better. I saw that little girl running.
I had to go pick up more meds for her yesterday, and got to be able to see Dr. Cochran one more time and just sort of like reconnect, because I'm like, it's not just hard on us, it's hard on everybody that knew him. It's hard on all of you as well. So to transition to like normal life and find a way to get through normal life while allowing yourself to grieve is a challenge, and is a sometimes hard to find that balance. And last night when Lester's like, we have tickets, we're still going, right? And I'm like, okay. And I didn't dress up in the normal way. Like I even like struggled to like pull myself together to make it happen. And I kind of regret that now. Like I wore a flannel shirt on Valentine's Day date night. Like it's so fresh, and well, we'll have to re-celebrate in a little while, maybe.
That was a fun night. Worst thing is though, we're busy. Now, it's my Lex weekend. Mom and Dad picked Lex up yesterday, so I'm going to get him today. But we are still, now we have a contractual obligation that we have to do. And so there's still no time to grieve. But this afternoon, we have to make an appearance at I forgot what they call it.
It's the Houston RV show. So we due to our sponsorship of this RV, we have to participate in the Houston RV show. and work the booth essentially for a short amount of time, and just be present and show.
And talk about how wonderful our RV experiences are.
Yes. Yes.
So we will. I'm actually going to try to go live from there.
You
I
are?
think. I think if I get a signal, I think it would be a fun live video for you guys to be able to see some of these amazing RVs.
I'm gonna dream. I'm gonna take people along and dream a little in different ways. That's my intention today. Is I'm gonna sneak in a video. I didn't make one last year. I'm gonna get a video and we're gonna dream together a little bit while we're there.
Yeah.
But we're bringing Lex as well.
We'll have Lex, but it's okay. There's no rules against you can't bring your children.
Plus, he's not a little kid. He's
he's almost 13. He's almost 13, Jamie. Next week.
2 weeks.
My goodness, my son's almost a teenager.
Yeah.
But no, we'll be picking up Lex from mom and dad's. They like to get him on Fridays. My dad loves to make him breakfast on Saturday mornings. And so then I'll get him for the rest of the weekend. But he'll be going with us to the RV show. Last year was a lot of fun. There are some fabulous RVs.
But also some really neat compact RVs. Like it's fun for us as we walk around there as well to like put ourselves in scenarios of like, if I had, if I was gonna go mountain, like to the mountains, I would want this little one. Or if I was gonna go like full out luxury and we, no longer farming and this is all we had, this is the one. Like it's really neat to see the variety of things, and the other thing I love to do is like see people there, What?
Sweet Sarah. All right. So Sarah says, how do you guys even have a relationship when you are apart at different properties the majority of the time? Okay. So Sarah, just remember there's 24 hours in a day. 24 hours in a day, right? Everyone knows that. And I spend about an hour here in the morning and about an hour here in the afternoon. If I am doing jobs here, then I'll spend maybe 3 or 4 hours in the middle of the day while Jamie's working. So I'm not real sure. So I can promise you that we spend more time together than most likely more than any husband and wife combo when one of them have to actually work. So we have our nighttime shows. We have our lunch almost every day that we eat together. Jamie cooks me lunch. We have our coffee in the morning, every morning. What you guys probably don't know because I don't show it on video, but I will sit here in the morning and have coffee with you all. And then I have to leave here and go home. I don't mean I have to, but whenever I leave here and go home, I have coffee a second time with this beautiful lady over here. So I guess that's really how you define relationship. If the weather's bad, or if we have a new animal, or if there's something that needs me to be here overnight, then I'm so blessed to have a place to stay besides sleeping in my truck. For example, we got some workers coming next week for the horse stable. And I told Jamie I'll have to be here overnight. And I kind of tell her what nights I have to be over here. When we had Chuck over here those couple of days, I wanted to stay over here to keep an eye on him. When the horses came over, I wanted to be over here to keep an eye on. So there's times when I need to be here to keep an eye on stuff. So we're just so blessed to have the RV. But as far as how do you have a relationship, if you mean like the waka baka ba ba waka waka ba, trust me, I don't need that much time. Okay. What?
I just not like.
I'm not laughing at you, sweet lady. I think it's cute. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times people don't understand that what you see in a video, you just forget. How do I hide that comment, Jamie Cakes? Hide. Yeah. So what sometimes people don't understand that what you see in a video is not our entire day. You see a small piece of our day. And then I really do enjoy going live now twice a day, most days, one on each channel. And that gives everyone a chance to see real time what I do in real time. And
but we're not, I mean, we are running two properties. We are, doing projects. I work full time, and as the days get longer, it'll get better that I can also spend some time over here and all of those things. But winter is tough. I won't lie, winter is really tough. And when you have a sick animal like Voodoo has been, and Ivy have been, so we're going on 2 months of really round the clock things. And when you have freezes and horse blankets and pipes and all those things to worry about, like, life catches up with you and takes over, and you have to kind of put your head down and go and put some faith in your relationship to know that it's there and to get the work done. And I know that sounds crazy, but like, even in my, I'm going to call it my previous life, where I traveled an insane amount of time, you you do what you have to do. And I've talked about this a little bit in a video. All of a sudden you pause and realize how fast and how hard you've been going and the things that you've been missing out on. And Lester and I think do a pretty good job of finding ways to like pause.
And also, don't forget, I watch her like a hawk. I got that other property under so much surveillance. I watch her like a hawk, okay? I just had to say that. I don't need to watch her like a hawk. But we got both properties with really neat sponsorships. Once again, sponsorships on some amazing cameras. That's how you have to say it. It's Japanese. And they have the most amazing cameras. So this property here is under such heavy surveillance. The other property is the same way. So even though we may not be sitting side by side, trust me, I know where she's at. She knows where I'm at. I know what time she leaves. She knows what time. Wasn't that amazing video that I captured from the Voodoo experience with the vet, all from the surveillance cameras? And I think that that would have been a very powerful video with no sound. I turned the sound off because I didn't think it was right that we privy a lot of people to what the vet was saying.
I still made my video, but I cut out some of the things.
Well, people are critical. Yeah. So ultimately, we didn't need 1,000 different people saying the vet's wrong, because the vet was right. And the vet was brilliant. And I'm actually going to, at some point, I would love it if you guys would do us a huge favor and help us support them by Google reviewing that vet's office. Yeah. Because those guys drove a long ways to be here, twice, and would have come back again.
He was ready to come back the next day
if we needed him to.
Yeah.
But we wanted Dr. Cochran to be the one.
He was her patient over the years, and she invested a lot of herself in Voodoo. She was out here till 3 o'clock in the morning with his accident, and had relentless calls to her mentors and peers over the years. You know, I think that's one of the hardest things for me was, I don't want to cry. When I was building Voodoo's memorial video, and I went to my channel to type in Voodoo to pull up all of the content, recognizing how long he'd actually been fighting things. And it's been years. And when you're in it and you see him bounce back up and get a little bit better, you hold on to those tiny moments of like of the better, and you take that baby step as a huge win. So it's kind of like you're watching them, and you're like, okay, he's better, he's back out grazing with his friends, or those types of things. But looking back on it from like a high level, you realize and recognize that he's been on the decline for years, sadly. And this one just, it's something this flare and this moment of was something that he couldn't overcome.
He had fought a hard fight. He fought a good fight, Joe.
Not just, I guess what I'm saying though is not just this episode.
No, he'd been
fighting for years.
Yeah, he'd had issues for a while. I'm not trying to change your subject. I don't know if you want to talk more about Voodoo today. I didn't know we wanted to go that route. We can.
No,
absolutely.
I just wanted to.
But Vonda Rowe, this is really funny. She knows me too well. This is the problem when you know somebody this well. Lester loves his baths. He needs to be at the JL South, Longhorn Lester's, to have the bubble bath. Over here in the RV, we only have a shower. So, in saying what Vonda's saying over here, a lot of times I'll come to you again live at night for our roundup. You know, I call it the roundup and the roll call. So, my morning live is called the roll call, where I come out and we go around, drink some coffee, and we do our roll call, like taking attendance. And then the afternoon or the evening live, we call the roundup, where I, like Old West, you go and you round everybody up, keep them safe for the night, right? You know. But listen, once the roundup is over, I get back in my truck and drive home because I'm going to soak in that tub. Vonda, how do you know that? How does she know this?
Because you do.
Well, I know I do, but how does she know
Most
this?
of the time I'm on a live and you're in the tub. He also comes home for laundry and food, in case you wanted to know.
So just to clarify for the lady who's wondering how in the world do y'all even have a relationship, I don't think she was being snarky when she said that, but she was probably legit curious. Like, man, Lester's always there and Jamie's always there. How are y'all even together? Just remember that our videos consume a very tiny window of the 24-hour day. And so I think that we're getting in all that we have to get in, if you know what I mean. Like coffee time, like movie. We watch our Netflix show.
He means lunch and laundry.
Lunch and laundry and my bath. We get all those things in.
Yeah. I wanna say one. So you mentioned people to go give a review. My ask is if you could give 2 reviews. One to Becker Equine.
I'm gonna find that.
And one to Big Thicket Cleveland and thank their team and Dr. Cochran, because while Dr. Cochran is the one, that team supports us, checks on us, rearranges appointments so that she can be the one to come out there. The team comes with her. We have techs that love him and love our animals just as much as we do.
Is that over there?
Yes.
I don't know how to make that bigger. I don't know if you can see or if you're able to screenshot this.
It's a little reflective.
I know the little light there is going to mess me up, but this will have to go somewhere where you guys can see this.
I posted a link on my Facebook already for it.
If you could, Becker Equine, guys, they only have 29 reviews, but that place is a whole lot better than 29 reviews. They are a whole lot better.
And could you like their Facebook page
than 29 reviews. They are an amazing team, and I talked about how.
Leave it off. It's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can I leave it off?
Sure.
So Becker Equine, it's spelled Becker, Equine, Equine, and they have 29 reviews, which is sad. Because and Jamie, you put a review on there too. The very first review, 5 stars, is from Jamie. She says, incredible staff, intelligent and direct physicians with a passion for equine. They traveled over 2 hours one way at night to see my horse as a new patient. They gave us the best and worst case scenarios. Oh, I made it too small. I can't see now.
And the information from the exam and x-rays almost instantly. This is an incredible care team who are up to date with modalities, equipment, and knowledge.
And so you don't got to say all that. Just you can say thank you for loving Boo. Thank you for helping with Voodoo. Thank you for helping Jamie and Lester. Thank you for I don't care what you say.
Will you pull up Big Thicket Cleveland too?
Because even though, and this is what I've always told when I've asked you to give reviews, the best way for a business to reach new clients, people who have needs, is through their Google reviews. It's the same way we always say the best way to help our channel is to like it, share it, comment. You have to have a reach. If you don't have a reach, you'll be a small business that you may or you may never get discovered. And these guys are too good to never be discovered. And so you can help them be discovered by giving them a review. What happens is whenever somebody else who has a sick horse types in horse vet, or I need a horse vet services, I need a mobile horse vet, those pages with the most positive Google reviews shoot up to the top. And so it's the same way on social media. Whenever someone types in, I like to see farm animal rescues, those with the most shares, likes, comments shoot up to the top. If not, you'll be catching hundreds and hundreds of pages before ours ever show up. So you want to pull up Big Thicket, you say?
I want Big Thicket Cleveland to also get some shout out.
Some love.
Because I mentioned Dr. Cochran often, but she's a
Big Thicket Cleveland.
She has a fabulous team behind her that support us, who I don't want to say allowed us to bend the rules, but accommodate our needs.
Is that theirs with all the animal pictures?
Yes.
So Big Thickets is cute, but you can still see the review tab on there. So I just typed in Google. I typed in Big Thicket Cleveland, and then you see all the reviews right there. You just click that review tab. So here's the review tab right here. I'm going to click it, and this gives you a chance to put in a review. You can put how many stars you like, and then you can also write a little bit about it. So we love Dr. Cochran, comma, she's always helped us with all of our farm animal needs. There, I posted that. How about that? That was easy. That's how fast it takes to leave a review. Anyway, we and listen, they're not cutting us any financial favors. There's no kickbacks. We're paying the full amount. So don't think that it's a financial kickback. Oh, if you give them a review, you get a kickback. No, it does not work that way. We don't work that way.
I left I left links on From Suits to Boots to Dr. Lauren's Animal Ranch Care, and most people follow her channel anyway, which is why I'm not saying I don't even know if she has a Google for that business. So don't think I'm discrediting her or Twisted Tear. I put a link to Voodoo's care team on my page, and just wanted to thank them publicly. So this is not to leave anyone out.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa's renaming everything on there so people can find it. So I want Dr. Lauren, or I call her Dr. Baker. She has two Dr. egos. So I want her to come back out and see me with that same thermal.
Me too.
Pain sensor. And I want you all to see firsthand how much pain my knee and my shoulder.
They're going to see your man parts.
I don't care.
I care.
There's probably pain there too. But my body's eat up with pain, and y'all don't believe that sometimes. Y'all think that I'm probably just kind of like, oh, less serious.
Dr. Baker got she got a new camera that it's a diagnostic tool, and it's meant for animals or humans. It can detect where pain and inflammation is, and it also can detect. This is crazy. It can detect like breast cancer, like precancerous things, and it prompts you to go get further testing, and it's a really incredible tool. And while she was out there to help with Voodoo, she told me, she goes, this can be used on humans too, and look at how amazing it is. And she just learned to use it. And I told Lester about it. I was like, we're gonna have to have this done.
Yeah. Well, on one hand, we already knew that Voodoo was suffering with lots of pain. We know our animals enough to know different ways, and we know he was hurting. So to have her come out with this technology to show us that he's struggling with pain is something that we already knew. We did not know to the extent of that pain. And so what was neat and also very heartbreaking about seeing that was all of the red and all of the white, because the white is the most extreme pain. And I've always pictured pain like on a scale of 1 to 10. How bad does it hurt? 10 being just agonizing, and 1 being, you just have a throb. But no, to see that Voodoo had some white showing, lots of red, and because of him trying to readjust and reposition, the pain had moved up into parts of his body, like his hips, and other parts of his body.
Horses are not meant to stand still. They're meant to be moving. And for him to have to stand still, as arthritic as he already was, because he was hurting, he couldn't walk, his feet hurt. All systems start to break down in that. We don't have to go down the path, but
no, you're welcome to. If you want to talk about it, at some point we have to. At some point we have to talk.
Basically, he was inflamed all over and in immense amounts of pain, and was so stoic about it that he hid it from us. And it's not something that if I would have caught it a week earlier or a month earlier, this is years of getting him through some of the hard times, but mostly with him just living with it. And to know that diagnostically that he didn't have blood flow in his hooves, meaning that even if we put corrective shoes on him, that it wasn't guaranteed that
he would ever regrow.
he would ever regrow right, or that, because it wasn't so much his rotation, it was his sinking.
And you have to have blood flow to heal.
And you have to have enough sole on your foot, and so to regenerate, blood flow creates oxygen and can be a part of the growth of good cells and restructure. And when you don't have enough, or you're not confident in having enough, then it is really seeking a miracle. And I don't know. I don't want to talk about all of this at this point in time. If that's okay. I'm just not ready.
We're just going to change the subject. So as far as the RV show, we're going to be under the same contractual obligations for as long as we have the RV. It's not like it was with some things where once you make a video, you're done. It's your product. I told Jamie, though, now, this is just me talking. But I says, why don't you at some point reach out to Alliance and to the department that does the sponsorships and consider trying to find the motorhome style RV. Jamie loves this RV. She loves it, okay? And I do too. It's wonderful. But it's too big and it's too heavy for us to pull around. And we have pulled it. I've pulled it 3 times, y'all. I've pulled it 3 times. So I don't think that I can't. Don't think that I won't. I have. And I've moved it 3 times to different locations. But I just think it would be so much easier to act, because I can drive a bus. Guys, I drove a bus for 25 years. I can drive a bus.
Lester's been driving a bus since he was a kid.
I've driven a bus.
Let's just call it out, because you're probably past the statute of your parents'
limitations. My parents can no longer go to prison for this.
Yeah.
Yes, my mom and dad drove buses, and in our small town, they could leave their bus at the house,
which meant that Lester would drive it.
So I would go out and drive the bus around the hayfield. So I know how to drive a bus. Now, I did have an accident one time and broke a bunch of windows out. I hit a pine tree. A bunch of windows broke out. I will not say all the details of how we got out of that one, but I will tell you.
You also got run over by a bus.
I've been run over by a bus. There's a lot of bus in me. There's a lot of bus in me. But what I'm trying to say is, I would love to have an RV style that we could still park here. I could still camp here on those nights. It could still be called the JL Motel. The cover's already here. But instead of having to back my truck up and do all that and then pull it and rely on my truck brakes and all those kind of things, I would love to have the kind I could just sit in behind a wheel, crank it up. You hop in beside me. We open the door. The dogs all jump in. And now we're literally driving a bus around, because I can drive a bus all day. I don't know anything about that type of RV. Buddy and Steph have one, and they love it. Jamie and I have always said that we would not like that, because if we ever traveled someplace, you have no car to get out and drive to the Circle K or the CVS, and sometimes you can't pull a bus into every parking lot. And I'm like, the hell I can't. I can do that because I've done it for a long time. So I don't know. I've always thought about that. I don't know how you guys feel about the pull behind RV, or the drivable RV. I don't know.
A lot of people that say there's pros and cons to both, and
pros and cons to both.
So if we ever had the opportunity to try one of those out, like through a sponsorship, we would probably try that out. I love this RV. I do.
Someone said hook your e-bikes to the back and take those. I agree. We have e-bikes. I can't find that comment that had it. Was a really lengthy comment about the pros and cons, but it's already long gone. Sorry.
I gotta flip up real quick to be able to do what you just did.
Flip up. There we go. So I don't know. I kind of think that no, we're not there. We're not there right now. I think that we're doing good with Alliance, and we're happy to still have this thing here. It works out wonderful for us.
It's been a blessing because it's also been the extra space whenever like even during the hurricane when we had so many people at South that this needed, and
True.
during prom, and when my mom and Xander and Kendra were here, like it is nice to have the extra, but it's also nice to have a space here where I like when Storm was going through her stuff that I could work here and still be a part of everything. I wasn't just like sitting in my car. And the only thing I wish it had is a washer and dryer. It does have a hookup, but
It does have a hookup.
the only thing I wish it had was that, just because I like clean laundry and can't, like Lester's totally fine with, he'll just bring it home, whenever. And I'm like, the sheets are dirty. I would like to wash the sheets today, but that means dragging them home and getting them washed and getting them back over here, all of those things. And those are like first world problems. Sorry.
No, but no, I know that there are some really expensive ones. We would never buy one. That would be the dumbest waste of money for us. I think that I told you guys this before. My dad always instilled in me to always invest your money. If you ever find yourself with an extra few dollars, invest it in your property. And what my dad was meaning back in those days, because we didn't have money, but instead of taking $100 off to the bar, take that same $100 and go buy you some fruit trees, or go buy you some shrubs, or find you something to do around your property with that $100, because that will come back to
That's an investment.
it will be an investment in your property. And so any monies that we get, we will invest in the properties, which obviously help the animals, give them the shelters, give them the water, give them the ponds, give them the horse stable, which is our next big project. But I wouldn't be able to because I think that's what they call frivolous. Is that the word, frivolous? Frivolously? But don't, I mean, we have fun, y'all. We went to the comedy show last night. That was fun. You didn't even tell them I almost got kicked out. How did you hold the house?
I haven't known them back. I didn't know if you wanted people to know that.
I don't care. I had fun, guys. Also, I had a few drinks in me.
Lester was a heckler.
No. No, I was not a heckler, but I was funnier than the comedian.
He was notably heckling.
No, it wasn't heckling. Listen, I was beating the comedian to his own punchlines.
It's true.
And he's like, I'm not going to tell you all the details, but he never got mad at me, and I never mouthed back.
He literally said, "Who's the comedian here?" And Lester
people,
goes,
people were laughing at me.
Yes.
It was so awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, he did. And I wanted to sink in my chair a lot. And the guy literally goes, "Who's the comedian here?" And Lester goes, I'm sorry. And he goes, "What's your name, man?" And Lester goes, "It's Lester. It's Lester." And he goes, "What do you do, Lester?" And Lester goes, "I'm a YouTuber." He goes, "Oh, a big YouTuber. How many people follow you?"
Big YouTuber. We got us a big YouTuber in the house.
Yeah. And he goes, "So am I being recorded right now?" And Lester goes, "No, absolutely not." And he goes, What do you YouTube, Lester?" And he goes, "Farm animal rescues." And the whole crowd, like,
everyone stood up and clapped because we do farm animal rescues. And then they all wanted to know the name of the channel.
Lester stole the freaking comedy show last night.
That guy was so mad at me.
He was hot. And he was like, not like hot, like in like good looking. I mean,
he's a good looking guy.
He was mad. He was like frustrated and would not even look at that side of the room anymore because Lester Morrow stole the show last night.
But
guess who loved it? And guess who didn't love it?
But
I was like,
hold on, but you make it sound like I'm being an ass or something. I wasn't being mean to him. I wasn't being mean to anybody. We've all heard hecklers that are mean.
No, it was not mean.
It was not mean. It was funny. And so there were things that I would kind of like say that people could hear that made them laugh, and they weren't laughing at him.
Yeah, Lester was the add-on.
I helped the guy.
Lester was the wingman to the comedian that he didn't know that he needed. But Lester was getting the attention, and that guy did not enjoy that. And I sunk in my chair.
I told Jamie I've never been kicked out of anywhere, and I'm not going to keep talking. I'm just going to shut up the rest of the show.
I was squeezing his hand.
It was a fun show. The comedians, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean this to be offensive, but comedy is back, y'all. There was a time when people were afraid to say anything because they were scared of who they might offend. Because you know how fast the cancel cultures can snatch onto somebody and pretty much just kind of shut them down. If you don't like what you're saying, or we don't like what you're saying, then we're going to cancel your shows, cancel your this, cancel your that. And and that was a really sad time for comedy, I think, because comedy got so vanilla. And that's not good comedy. Comedy is when you can make fun of anybody and everybody. And comedy's back because that guy did. He made fun of everything. Now, I've been made fun of a lot. I have been made fun of a lot. I've always sat in a show where I don't mind being made fun of, but I've never been called out ever. So it was, yeah, it
There was a word that they used at the end that I was going to use in a video or talked about. That was a video that they used. They combined
compla ignorant or compla. It's sometimes like when your parent will give you
compla insult.
Compla insult.
Yeah, a compla insult is one word that I heard last night, and that was my big takeaway outside of Lester's thing that happened.
Because people do that. It's called passive aggressive.
It is, but the guy it was a girl. She said my parents love to compla insult me, and I was like, that's funny. She goes, they'll tell you like, oh, you look so nice, but I sure wish that you would do your hair more, or something like that, or something like it's like it is passive aggressive, but it was like a sideways thing. It was like, I love it when you actually do your hair.
You look great in those jeans, even though I can tell you've gained 20 pounds.
Yes.
You know, it's like
it was a compliment insult.
They give you a compliment, but it's followed immediately with an insult in the same sentence. And we get that a lot here. We get that a lot in our comments over here. People will start off like, I really love this show, but, and when you get that but, oh my God, here it goes. Here it goes.
Yeah.
I love your show. I love how you take care of your animals. I love the this. I really like the this, but
there were like, what, 6 comedians last night?
There was a lot of comedians.
And each section was probably 10, 15 minutes.
Probably.
Something like that. Don't worry, Lester was only during the one, and then the rest of the of the show.
Once the guy put me in my spot, then
Lester
I shut down.
Stop it. It was fine. And we still had a good time, but it was funny in that moment. And
the dreaded but, says Becca. That's true.
There were a lot of there were comedians that couldn't make it in on time that actually
traffic,
because of traffic. So
Houston
they had
traffic.
to like alter their show last night because the traffic was so bad. And we were down. Is that considered downtown? Is where we were?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We were right downtown.
We don't do a lot of stuff downtown Houston. I've only been downtown probably 3 or 4 times. And
here we go again.
No, but what I'm
life started for me when I met Jamie. So
I said me. So my experience with I don't know downtown navigation like Lester does. So I like when we're down there, I'm like, is that considered downtown? I don't know where we are.
Oh, that's downtown. So you have what they call the 610 loop. 610 loop is the first loop that goes around the city, the interior. So anything inside of 610 is downtown.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. We drove through the wards. Well, the traffic was so bad that we had to take a detour, get off the highway, and I drove Jamie through 5th Ward. Now, only some of y'all will know this. This is going to be a great trivia question, Jamie. This will be so great. There was a 1990s rap group that all come out of the 5th Ward in Houston. Can anybody tell me the name of that rap group? I hope to God someone knows this. It's a rap group who came out of 5th Ward in Houston. Jamie, are you reading the comments?
Yeah.
Because I actually had to pull up the rap group and I started playing their songs and I got lost in the zone. Not New Edition.
Yeah, Lester.
Ghetto Boys. Ghetto. Who said it, Jamie? Who said it? I got to give this person credit.
Creston.
No, that one right there, the first one.
Creston.
I can't see a darn thing. Spell it.
Kreston.
So this person over here knows about hardcore rap that comes out of Houston, Texas, and the Ghetto Boys were something special back in the day. They had some really good rap. And so I'm sitting there having to.
Lester's pulling it up as we're driving, and he's like I can tell he is mentally going down memory lane.
Ghetto Boy. And I was like trying to get my old rap stuff back going. It was fun. It was a fun night. It was a fun night. And so we got there early. And we were in a part of town where there's all of this nightlife happening. So there's all of these bars and pubs and things that people are walking to, right? There's people walk.
We're kind of close to the Astro Stadium, and what was that other place?
It's
Minute
not
Maid Park.
Minute Maid Park and
Yeah.
the George R. Brown Convention Center.
Yeah, so we're in that area where people park out towards, and then there's all these little bars, like Lester said, bars, pubs, little restaurant places, basically, to a walking area, not tall high rises or anything
Yeah.
like that.
So there's not places to park. You have to kind of walk, but there were people walking. It was a beautiful night, so there was a lot of folks walking. What was crazy about it is how many girls were on Valentine Day dates with other girls. And Jamie goes, they call that Galentine.
Yeah, it wasn't like
There weren't like lesbian couples.
no,
They were
it was like
Galentine.
groups of women who were out together, and I was like, "Oh, that's Galentine's." And he goes, "What the heck? What is that? Say that again." I'm like, "Gal, Gal, Gal."
Never heard of that. Never heard of that.
Like, bunch of girls get together, and that's what they're doing.
But it was cute because they're all wearing matching, not matching, but all little heart-shaped outfits. Some wearing kind of lingerie, lacy kinds of stuff. And I said, yeah, guys don't do that. Jamie's like, well, you never like, what would you do on Valentine's Day if you didn't have a partner? I'm like, stay home. I would just stay home. I would not have to go out because it was Valentine's Day. But supposedly a lot of girls do Valentine's Day and they have no partner. They're still going out with their girlfriends. And I'm like, oh, just how different guys and girls are. No, if I was not with somebody on Valentine's Day, then I would just stay home and do a normal day. I wouldn't purposely try to find somewhere or something to do.
It wasn't really my question about did you purposely find something or to do. I more so asked the question. The first question I asked was, if you were kind of sort of dating someone and it wasn't serious, would you avoid going out on Valentine's Day so they wouldn't think that it was something that it wasn't? And he was like, if I didn't have somebody that I was with, then I just didn't go out. Like it like didn't register for him that taking someone out for Valentine's Day was more of a serious thing. Like it makes it more serious, and it didn't register. So then we went down the Valentine's Day conversation, and
it was cute. Look, women were having a good time with their besties or with their groups of friends. But I will say that we saw lots of couples, but we also saw lots of groups of ladies who decided to go ahead and celebrate Valentine's Day as a group of ladies, and that was cute.
They're young. This is a very young part of town. It was by.
Yeah, they're younger than us. They were 20s and 30s. Yeah, U of H downtown. There was a lot of students walking around.
Now the concert club had all ages in it, but I would say that most of those walk around were a very young crowd. Basically.
Yeah, those that walk from bar to bar hop, as you guys call it.
Yeah.
So no, but it was fun. It was a fun night, and I think that I know we had a wonderful dinner.
We did.
And so we were able to kind of get out of the house for a little bit. We got all of our chores done, and everything was fine. And then, like I said, today we have a busy day. We're going to leave here and go do our chores. I've already done my chores this morning here. We'll go do our chores over there, our morning chores, and then we'll go pick up Lex, go to the RV show, and then
back home for chores.
Back home for chores. So life goes on, friends. I know it seems weird to a lot of people, but life has to go on. There's too many animals that are depending on you to take days off. What?
People have questions.
Oh,
they've been asking this whole time, and I know
yes.
It's coming to the end.
Go ahead, ask the questions.
But number one, they want to know what happened yesterday after your live with Casper.
Whew. Casper. You want me to tell them?
They want to know.
Well, the sad thing is, lots of folks had no idea, because if you didn't watch the live, let me just say this real fast before I answer the question. There are people who do not like it when you go live, and there's even been people who will shout out, "You go live way too much. This is way too much." But if you're not a part of the live, I think that people that do watch the lives are able to tell you how much you miss, how much you actually miss. And we capture a lot of moments on a live. We capture just in 1 week's time, we captured the live birth of a longhorn, and we've never captured the live birth of a longhorn before. Never.
I captured a goat. I captured a goat.
You captured a goat, but this is the first time that on a live video we've captured the live birth of a longhorn. We've also captured on a live video the disappearance and the finding of a lost baby longhorn. We've captured so many amazing moments that I'm happy we were live, because it gives people a chance to experience the ups and downs all in a live. Yesterday's live started off normal, and then all of a sudden we spotted what we thought was Sadie. The reason I say I thought it was Sadie is because when I first got here live, I took all the dogs out of the truck. They'd all come with me, but I have a cable, a 10-foot cable, and there's an anchor here, and I always put Casper on the anchor cable where he has 10-foot perimeter to run around. He can see all around, but he doesn't get himself in trouble. And so 10 minutes later, I'm out in the barn. I'm feeding Chuck. I'm putting on the cute little horn protectors on Chuck, the rescue bull. It's a really fun and upbeat live. When all of a sudden I kind of turn my camera to the angle, and off in the far distance, we capture what looked like a white Pyrenees running across the back pasture. And then that white Pyrenees stops and begins to roll like it's having the best time ever. And immediately, where does my mind go? That's Sadie. Sadie's back. So I get a little bit emotional. I scream and holler and yell, Sadie, Sadie. And then people on the live got emotional. They were screaming, go get her, go get her. And then I'm trying to think. I can't, because Stella's right here. Stella cannot see. She cannot hear. She's going to get herself hurt. If I just take off, Stella's going to get hurt. So I run back to the RV. Lester runs. And guys, you know that I don't run like I used to. So Lester hobbles back to the RV. I bring all the dogs inside. Rita and Roman are prancing along the fence. I toss their food over as fast as I could, and I drive down to try to get Sadie. I'm going too fast here, because what I realized when I brought the dogs to the RV is that 10-foot cable, the one where Casper runs, he was gone. Casper had somehow got the snap off, not the leash. I'm sorry, not the collar. The collar was still fine, but he had somehow got the little snap to undo from his cable, and off he had gone. So then I realized, wait, that dog the entire time was not Sadie. That's Casper. So I take off down across the pastures, and I'm screaming and hollering for Casper. I have his leash with me, and another farmer drives up. He tells me where he saw Casper at, on the railroad tracks, going that way. So I make my way down across the creek, up the hill. I get to the railroad tracks, and you know how they say, as far as the eye can see? I don't know how far the eye can actually see, but at the very end of where my vision stopped, I could see Casper on the railroad tracks, and he's going the opposite direction. And so my only plan, the only plan, was to get back over here, get my truck, drive around. I have to drive what? How many? About 5 miles. I got to drive several miles down the highway to come back around that road and come back up this way. And luckily, I did that, and I was able to find Casper, still on the railroad tracks, would not come to me. But at that point, he'd done exhausted himself. He's ready to come home. And so I walk over to him, and he finally coils down, and I just shake my head. I put a collar on him, and he's back. A leash. So Casper is back, friends. Casper is back.
Casper.
But Casper can't stay here.
Casper is just not a farm dog. And Casper loves to go for long walks. Casper loves to be a part of everything you're doing, and does not do well when you can't see him, because he wants to be where you are. Except for when you're outside, he just wants to be anywhere. Anywhere. He's a runner, and almost in like a beagle way of just goes and can't hear you anymore. It's very different.
And listen, I know that there's 50 people who say, I'll take him, I'll take him, I'll take him. And at this point, I'm saying, then come get him.
Yeah.
Everybody says they'll take him, but here's that dreaded but. We'd love to have him, but we're in the process of moving right now. I'd love to have him, but I'm in Washington State. I'd love to have him, but can we wait till my income tax check comes in? And there's all of these things and there's all of these buts. And so I told Jamie, if we are unable to move him, he's going to end up getting lost.
Yeah.
Like Sadie. And it's quite possible that the next person who finds him may not read the tag and call us back. I don't know. So
he's not a jumper. He's not an animal chaser. I know that he had issues in Plum Grove with the bird, but like he is I genuinely, I can't wait to get the DNA test back. I genuinely believe that he is golden retriever. Even Dr. Cochran and the 2 vet techs were like, "Oh, he's got golden in him for sure." Looking at him, and he's a dog who doesn't know what to do with freedom. Like he takes advantage of it, and then all of a sudden looks around and realizes, like, "What have I done?"
He needs a fenced-in yard. He doesn't chase cats. He does chase birds. So if you have chickens or ducks or geese,
yeah,
that's a no-no. Yeah. When someone asks me what is the good, the bad, and the ugly, I say that. I say he chases birds. He'll even kill them.
Which is I think the retriever in him.
And he also is a runner if he gets free. He doesn't dig. He doesn't come to call. It doesn't matter if you have a weenie in your pocket. Hey, Casper, he's not going to come. He loves to be out and explore. So he cannot.
Yard or someone that just wants to walk the dog on the like. I believe that he was an apartment dog.
He has amazing house skills. He comes in. He does not use the restroom. He doesn't chew.
He doesn't make a mess when he eats.
He doesn't bark. He's a very good house dog, but he needs to be walked around 3 or 4 times a day. I know there has to be somebody in driving distance who says, you know what? I would love to have him come live with me and, my family here in our home. I'll take him for walks 3 or 4 times a day. That will give me exercise, give him exercise while he goes to potty.
He's not deaf, y'all. I've already done the test. He's not deaf. He is selective deaf.
Yeah.
He's a man.
He is a man.
He hears you, but he ain't listening.
So, no, but there have been people who've been very kind. I don't want to say that those people that have been emailing are not kind. There have been some who want to come down and bring their own dogs to meet Casper and see how they interact before they take them. And you know what? I'm not saying no, but at the same time, we are so darn busy. I just can't sit there and set aside 2 days to entertain somebody while they hang around with Casper and get to know him. He needs to go to a home. Yeah. And Jamie and I have never sent a dog off to a shelter. And I just feel like with the reach that we have on social media, I don't know why it's been so very hard to find good homes to animals when they've had all their vet care, they've had everything they need, they're heartworm negative. And it's just so very hard to find homes to a good dog.
There's a ladybug crawling on me right now.
Yeah, they're all over. Don't throw her in your coffee. Don't toss her in my coffee, please. All right, well, listen, we've been here for an hour. Are there any other questions?
Yep, he's a city dog. I agree.
Yep, not made for the country. Yeah, we rescued 12 dogs in 2023. We rescued 1 dog every month. One of those dogs had puppies we had to also find a home for, but we've never taken a dog to a rescue. We've always rescued from the street, and we've always tried to find good homes for the ones that we could not keep. Oh,
and we did not seek out Casper. We didn't take him in and so all of a sudden can't handle him. He was in a circumstance where he was causing problems and harm to the animals with Ellie and Megan. So we offered to help and try him here. And what we have found is he's just not a farm dog. Yeah.
So I got a dog run that I put up at the other property. And so by day, Casper can go to the dog run. If the weather's inclement, he comes inside the house where he wants to be. So over there, he's doing fine. Over here, I have a dog run that I have to install. But so when Casper comes with me, he'll go to the dog run. But how he was able to get off that leash yesterday, I have no idea. That was just that was I don't know how he did that. But we'll hold on to him as long as we can. We're not going to send him off to a shelter where at some point he may end up having to be put down. We love him. And then talk about when he come to bed with us. Without rolling your eyes.
This is how I know that he isn't like an in-house dog. If we get in bed, he's jumping up right in between us. And I don't mean like at the foot of the bed. I mean in between, like all the way in between us. And he'll like look at Lester.
He loves
look
me.
at me. And he'll just snuggle up a little bit farther and puts his head on the pillow, and that is where he sleeps.
Yeah.
That's where he believes that he belongs. None of our other dogs jump in bed with us.
There was a time when someone kept that dog in the house and slept with him and just gave him a great life. And so we're trying our best to give him a very similar life. But I'm just, for our lifestyle, with as busy as we are, Jamie works all day, I'm back and forth. It's just not conducive. I love him, and I love the fact he can come with me and jump in the truck because he loves that. So for the time being, he'll be fine. We'll make it work. But
so there's a few more questions. One of them is, how's Ivy? Ivy's actually doing pretty well. We are continuing with her antibiotic treatment. I actually had to go pick that up yesterday, but she's back out with the herd. And then as far as did the herd get to say goodbye to Voodoo? They did. I did not make a video of that because I'll be honest, I was a wreck.
Yeah, and then I buried Voodoo yesterday. So in case you're wondering how we took care of Voodoo, I did rent a machine, a Traco, and I'm pretty good at that, y'all. I may have a second calling. If my kid videos don't work out, and they're probably not going to, I may end up becoming a tractor operator because am I not good at tractor operating?
Good at tractor operating.
I'm discovering that I'm actually pretty good at tractor operating.
I have recognized that all men who are tractor operators who own dirt companies or land clearing companies are really children who love to play with tractors.
Nothing wrong with that.
Toys.
Basically. Nothing wrong with that. But we got Voodoo buried, and we did bury him in the same pasture he passed, so there was not a very far move. I have my video that I'm going to wait and put out. Maybe it's tomorrow on Sunday. But I want it to be a powerful video and take some time. It's going to make some people angry because I did stay true to the Longhorn Lester burial, and I did make it where it ties back into some indigenous people, Native American rituals, that even though I'm not indigenous or Native American, I feel like the history of the land, Voodoo being a medicine hat, which has so many, I don't want to say mystical, but so many.
He's spiritual.
There's a whole lot of Native American. Oh, I wish that Crystal Nobody was here to help me with this. There's so many qualities that the indigenous people, they just revered a horse like this. And so I just thought it was fitting that I try to hold true to some of those things. And I thought it was neat and powerful. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow. Now I know what happened last time I did a few things like that, and I angered a bunch of people who were not Native Americans. The Native Americans were actually honored. Those Native Americans were honored. It's other people who take offense to everything. So there'll be people who will take offense to what I do, but I tried to follow a tradition that's not my tradition, but it is traditional of where we live. Don't forget that the land that we live on was once thousands and thousands of acres. That was the Alabama Coushatta Indian Reservation. And there's so much history there. And I just thought that I would do that. And I wanted to do that. So I'm not going to take any hate. You're going to be hateful, but it's just going to roll off of me. So what else? Jamie didn't have a problem with it. She was completely okay with me doing my form. I did not cremate because it's too dry. Even though we've had some rain, the ground, the leaves, everything's just way too dry to make that size of a cremation fire. It wouldn't have been safe for the properties around us.
Voodoo did not go to heaven with a tail.
And Voodoo did not go to heaven with a tail. So there you're
the legend.
So you'll get some hate too, then, Jamie.
No, the legend is that all of the good horses in heaven are running around without tails, and there's no way that I was letting Voodoo go to heaven with a tail. Sorry.
I love the folks who are on here now who are native or indigenous, and I'm so sorry. I'm not real sure exactly how to refer. It is very windy, and so I don't know if indigenous people prefer indigenous or Native American. The sweet lady we had, our waitress, last time we went to eat was Native American, and she says that she prefers Native American. She told us that, right? So to each his own, but the people who are commenting right now who are of indigenous or Native Americans are all saying that they're honored. They're honored. They're honored. So if you're a grouchy person,
scroll up a little bit first,
who's not indigenous, I don't think you really have a right to tell me what I can and can't do when it comes to how we decide to put our animals to their final resting place. So it was all with respect. It was all done with honor. It was not done for a video purpose. It was a way to honor Vu and his medicine hat paint mystique, legendary horse, and all of those things. What else, Jamie? Any more questions? Can you see?
No. I just like hate this wind coming. I'm telling you, we have a really big weather change today.
So what happens when we have our weather days is, first of all, you get a strong pull. So right now we're having a strong pull out of the south, and it's pulling in all of the Gulf of America moisture, right? All that Gulf, can I say it twice? It's pulling in all of the Gulf of America moisture. And at some point, what you have is a low pressure system that's coming this way, and it's actually sucking in or pulling in all of that moisture. And as it moves this way, those two systems are going to finally collide. And when they collide, it's going to come back with the fury. It'll be cold, it'll be rainy, it'll be windy, and that's what's going to happen. So I believe that by this Wednesday, we may drop back down into the teens, even though right now we have the AC on in here. We're running the AC in here, y'all. Isn't that crazy? Listen, last night we went to bed with the heater on. I had it on like 65. It wasn't even hot, but I had the RV at a comfortable 65, but I needed the heater to get us to 65. I woke up like at 3 in the morning, and the bedroom temp was 79.
Not because of the heater, because of the outside. Like
It got that warm overnight.
Super weird.
And so with the heater on, and then it's just heating up around us, and then maybe the bedroom being closed, I was just in the bed just sweating. I thought I was sick. I'm like, 79? I can't sleep like that.
All of the covers were on the floor besides one corner I was holding on to because I can't sleep without covers.
I pushed every blanket off.
And was like, get off of me.
Yeah.
Like,
so I had to wake up and turn the AC on, and that's how crazy temperatures
and by
are.
tonight we'll be back to heat because it's going to be 35.
I know. It's crazy.
It's a blanket night tonight, too.
Well,
horse blanket night.
We have a very busy day, my friends. Like I said, there's going to be people who are going to ask and question, how can y'all be out having a great time when you just lost one of your sweet babies? I get that you want to mourn. I understand how that goes. We need time to mourn. But what you don't understand is sometimes you don't have time to mourn.
Well, you do it in your own time.
And you do it in your own time. And animals demand attention. You don't just give up on everybody else to mourn one that you've lost. So you will take your time to do that. But today we do have an obligation that we have to do, and the timing could not have been worse. But today's the day, so we will be out and about. And anywho, all right, we'll finish it up, Jamie. Our coffee's gone, so I'm ready to roll.
Y'all, thanks so much for loving us and supporting us through all the things lately. I know that it hasn't been all rainbows and sunshine by any means, but we're really blessed to have you. And thank you for everybody who went and told Dr. Becker and Dr. Cochran thank you, and for supporting the people that help us do everything that we do.
Yeah, and just remember that we constantly remind you guys that we would not be, what we are. The animals would not be living the lifestyle that they're able to live if it weren't for you guys. And for the people who, when those annoying ads pop up and you continue to watch, you can skip the ad, but you keep watching the video. When you invest yourself into the videos where you do have questions you don't mind asking, you do take a chance, because everyone knows that when they go to comment, they're at the mercy of a lot of mean people who can't wait to lash out at them. And you take the time and you take you comment on the videos, and you interact with us, you give us somebody to talk to and to share things with, you give us an outlet when we need it to rant on occasion. You do so very much for us, and for that we're very appreciative. You share your time, which Jamie always says is the most valuable commodity.
It is. It's the greatest gift you can give anyone, and we're so blessed that you give it to us.
Yes, we
Y'all
thank y'all.
stay safe, stay well. We love you so very much, and I'm sure that you'll hear from us later today again.
I'm gonna go live at the RV show. I don't know what time, but after, it'll be sometimes around 1 or 2.
Bye, y'all. We love you.